So the relationship of lyrics to narrative / visuals. So the image on the screen shows how we presented a relationship of lyrics to the visuals following Goodwin's rules. When researching similar products, we found that many videos had a strong relationship between the lyrics and visuals. For example, the song Hello by Adele, and the lyrics are I must have called 1,000 times. And the clip of the artist on the phone. And so from the screenshot you can see the lyrics I must have called 1,000 times are clearly mirrored in the music video. From our music video and from the screenshot you can see the lyrics deeper than the dark sea are clearly mirrored in the music video, with jumping in the pool being shown as a sea. We found that this was effective because the clip in the music video helped the audience to understand it more with the link to the lyrics, as we felt that this would have been confusing. We found that this was effective because this was a good link with the lyrics, and it was a completely different shot that we decided to do, which was also a risk we decided to take, and we are glad that we took this risk. However, the real media shot is more of a common shot and linked with the lyrics, which you can visually see that the artist is on the phone to somebody, so you do not have to look into the shot closely, whereas ours is harder to show visually without thinking hard, as you can see that our artist is jumping into a pool, but we want to portray that she is going into the sea, as it links more with our lyrics. The relationship of our music to visuals, e.g. editing sound with image. So the image on the screen shows how we presented a relationship to music to visuals, for example, editing the sound with the music. We found that the beat of the music made the dancing more effective, and when we added the duplicate dancing in time with the beat, we found that it suited it better in the music video rather than out of beat. When researching similar products, we found many videos have a strong relationship of the music to visuals. For example, the song History by One Direction, at the very start of the music video with the beats of the music video go in time when they change to each member of the band. One beat, then it is one member, the next beat it changed to the next band member. From our music video, the screenshot image shows that when the beat changed, we added a faded version of the clip. We found that this was effective because it made the clip more interesting with the different times we added the dancing and being in time with the music as well. The reputation of artist / band. So this is our music advert, and this shows how we represented our artist. We wanted to link in with our music video and our album title, Confidently Insecure. And so for our magazine advert, we had two sides of our artist showing two personalities of her. The two sides were being confident and insecure, which looking in the mirror, we represented our artist as being confident, and the close-up image of our artist we represented our artist as being insecure. The digiback inside right shows another side of how we wanted to represent her, which was girly and happy, which we showed through the different images that we used. This also gives our target audience a better insight of what our artist is like, showing through the different images. We found that this was effective because using different ways to represent our artist made way for our target audience to link with the artist and feel that they could relate to our artist, which is what we wanted to do while representing her like this. The genre of music and how it is defined. So this image we show is how we presented our genre of music and how it is defined. We found that by looking at different pop music videos, they added a lot of different editing techniques and colour saturations was one of these. Justin Bieber's Where Are You Now was one video that we looked at, and we really found that it was effective with all the colours and the editing techniques. We found that this was effective because it incorporated different editing techniques to make the video more interesting to watch. We found that by doing this to the lips of our artist made it more effective, and like the real media music video, helped to incorporate different editing techniques with a variety of colour in it instead of desaturating all of the clips. We also found that this was effective because we thought it was interesting to change the colour of the lips and not the whole clip. And so this made the coloured lips stand out a bit more than they would have if they had on their own. So the camera work and editing. This image on the screen shows how we presented camera work and editing. We found that the editing techniques of the mirrored artist was effective as it shows the two personalities. The camera work we found was a different angle that we had not incorporated into the music video and thought that this was an effective shot to use. When researching similar products, we found that many videos had different camera work and editing techniques. For example, the song Love Yourself by Justin Bieber had an interesting shot with a shot that was almost like it was secretly filming the artist, which was really effective because it did not seem like a real shot from the music video, but it was also so effective. The video that we found had different editing techniques was Payphone by Maroon 5, who right from the start had special effects shown in the image on screen of the fire. This was effective as it linked in with what the artists were doing and added a good effect to the music video straight away. We found that by doing these, both added something to our music video and just made it a lot more interesting for the audience to watch rather than boring shots and not many editing techniques. So the lighting. So this image on screen shows how we presented lighting, and we used different colours of lighting and then shadow for our artist, which made the colour that we used effective and helped the artist to stand out even though you could not see her face. When researching similar products, we found that many videos have had different ways of showing lighting. For example, Rolling in the Deep by Adele. We found that this music video, even though it was dark setting, really added to the clip as it is in contrast with the setting of the music video. This was similar to our lighting in the sense that it made the artist stand out with bright single source of lighting. We found that this was effective because using the different colours of lighting made our artist stand out, and using bright colours helped us to contrast with the low lighting and the desaturation that we used throughout the music video. So the influence of other music videos. So the image on the screen shows how we had influence of other music videos from the real media. Our image is of our artist looking through the window with the raindrops. When researching similar products, we found that many videos that had this type of shot, for example, Like I'm Going to Lose You by Meghan Trainor. This was a very similar shot that we had used, however, we used ours as a still image, whereas Meghan Trainor has got movement in the background, which I find more effective than the way we did. However, it linked in better with the lyrics that the artist was saying, and also linked in better with our music video. We found that by having the influence of this really helped us to establish a new shot and an interesting shot that we used and developed into our own music video.